I was kicked out of private school. Now you might be asking, how do you get kicked out of private school before you're too young to attend? Apparently, you just have to be me at 5 years old. So here's what happened. I went to a private Catholic school when basically there was a preschool, and then I also did pre-kindergarten. So I was in pre-kindergarten. And I loved this place. This place was great. I had friends there. It was a good place. And it was Catholic. So I grew up Catholic. We weren't like super duper Catholic, but you know, it was church on Sundays and blah, blah, blah. You know, went to this private school. So here's, oh my God, it's so stupid. Here's what happened. My parents, when I was 5, decided they were gonna get a divorce. So they sat me and my sister down. So they sat me and my siblings down and said, okay, we're getting a divorce. This is what it means. It's not your fault. You know, we still love you. Well, that stuck. And for some reason, little Joy decided that I needed to share this. So very shortly after, it might even been, I know they had that conversation with us. It was either like the next day or even maybe that night. So they were doing this like big rummage sale where, you know, you could take stuff to sell and all the proceeds go to the school and this, that, and the other. My mom was volunteering. I went up there, and I remember this. I went up to every stranger I saw because I felt I needed to inform them, I'm getting a divorce. It's not your fault. Peace be with you. And then I move on to the next person. So, and again, what was happening was when I said I'm getting a divorce, of course I'm talking about my parents. I'm 5, I don't understand what this means. And I told the people, so if I were looking at you, I was 5 years old, I'd say, I'm getting a divorce. It is not your fault. Peace be with you, because that's what they told me in the conversation. And I remember at church, you know, like if you ever go to Catholic church, they do this big thing, peace be with you, and also with you. And people, you know, we chant back, you lift up our hearts, and people go, we lift them up to the Lord. And then we all shake hands, peace be with you, the people around us and shit. And the white awkward people feel good for a second, like they did their good deed for the day. So I was really dramatic about it. So I'd go, peace be with you, and I would move on. Apparently, I did this to several people, like everybody I saw. Apparently, I needed to announce this too. And it got back to my mom, and of course my mom was mortified because back then people were getting divorced, right? Like, I mean, that was something, like, it became fucking trendy to get divorced back then, but, you know, it was still a Catholic, it was still a very Catholic place. Apparently, it got around to the principal, so the principal came to talk to me, and I told him, I'm getting divorced, it's not your fault, peace be with you. So, principal called my mom in next day to the office of the school and sat my mom down and basically just told her, and the good thing is this was towards the end of the school year, and basically told her that told everybody I'm getting divorced so they know what's going on in my mom's personal life and that we should find another school because that behavior's not welcome. I got kicked out of private school before I was even young enough to go to kindergarten because my parents got divorced. How much fucking sense does that make? So then I had to go to public school. But that was good because that school ended up closing down. So and a lot of those people that I went to school with ended up going back to, you know, they ended up going to my school district. So it was kind of cool because I didn't lose friends. They didn't immediately shut down, but over time they shut down and had to go to public school. And I'll tell you, I'm glad I went to public school. Going to public school, as much as I don't like the school system, it taught me a lot. I would have not been able to get the same opportunities because this school, this Catholic school was very small, very, very small. So, you know, the public school, especially the high school, opened up so many opportunities. I learned how to socialize with all types of people. I'm talking white trash, hick, cowboy, ghetto, snots, like freaks, goths. You know, I really got an education on how to really assimilate and communicate with everybody. And I think that's one of the best educations you can get. So that is my story. I got kicked out of private school.
Hello, I'm Donnie. I'm not a teenager anymore, but I prefer to have 0 responsibilities and just to chill out. I've organized my life in a perfect way in this sense. I'm quite a good DJ and spend my life clubbing in various party towns around the world with my girlfriend, who is also a party monster. But I want to tell you a story on how I have managed to grow up as my parents have always dreamed, without ruining my happy life. I was having a DJ set in Ibiza with my girlfriend Luann by my side as usual. I was really happy to be called to that party as it promised a lot for my promotion. I was DJing my head off, and I have to say, it was an enormous success. After the set, I went off to celebrate. We partied all night long, and I was so tired. So I asked Luann to call the taxi. She hits it, and as we hop on in, I take my mobile phone from my jeans pocket to see the time. Wait a minute. What the? Here I go. Swearing like a trooper. You know that freaking lock button that makes your phone stay nice and safe in the pocket without calling your mom at 5 a.m.? It went off. And I wished it had called my mom at that point, because you know what it did? You can't even imagine. It went to an app of an e-commerce that I had once downloaded and placed an order for the first thing it found. Gosh, why couldn't it have been some stupid Slinky or a Wonder Mop? My phone decided that if it was gonna lead its own life, it was gonna do it like a boss. So right there in a taxi, I find myself a splendid owner of, ta-da, a coach. No, wait. It was not simply a coach. It was the coach. A super deluxe 53-seater with leather seats, a bar, and who knows what else. Feeling my hair slowly turning gray, I told myself to calm down. There's nothing irreversible, I thought, and started to browse the e-commerce site for the terms and conditions and other important words I normally never care about. I can surely cancel this order. I can. Any order can be canceled except. Here I turn my eyes towards my order status and feel that the world starts spinning around except the paid ones. How can it be? It's impossible. It has been paid by a credit card $70,000. It must be some mistake. And suddenly I remember that I had attached my credit card data to my phone, as it was more comfortable to buy boosts for online games this way. Luann got scared as she saw me fainting. These were all my belongings, and my phone spent them all for a stupid coach. I won't describe all my reactions, but you can imagine them. We rushed to the hotel, and I started an endless round of correspondence and negotiations with my bank, the e-commerce site, and the seller, who luckily was based in my hometown. Guess my phone is still a patriot. I started in Ibiza and I finished them home, as I needed to make some personal meetings with all of those nice people. Everything that we managed to work out was that my cancellation fee would cost me half of that coach. Not an option, I thought. Angry as you could imagine, I said decisively, "I'll take the coach." So be it. Okay, I was brave enough to take the thing, but now what? I can't even drive that monster. When Luann, my genius, had an idea. Now that you have a deluxe coach, why don't you make it a party bus? You're a good DJ. Nice idea, but I have $50 left in my bank account. How can I restructure it? Surely people won't dance in the seats. Then we'll make a crowdfunding campaign. After all, you have lots of friends all around the world. They will help. I made a post with the entire situation, and it went viral. Even people I didn't know helped. Thanks to everybody, I collected money in no time and ordered the restructuring. To be honest, I never noticed that I was becoming a real businessman, supervising the works and making a business strategy. But when I was opening my Ibiza on Wheels club, I felt a different man. What can I tell you? It has become an international success, becoming the landmark of our city. And I'm still leading my usual life, but DJing in my own club. Sometimes I'm still going out somewhere to make a set and leaving Luann to take care of my party bus. My bank account is on fire, and I'm really happy about my life. You know what I think? We are all scared of responsibilities, but maybe sometimes they're not as horrible as one might imagine. I was dragged into this situation by my phone, and I had to have courage to come out of it in the best way possible. Hope I will be able to tell it to you in person one day when you visit me in my party bus. I hope to become an inspiration for someone, and that's why I've asked the guys to make this video out of my story. Please like it, share it with your friends, and comment on it to tell me if you have found it useful.